Also some pop music sometime with some vocals, but today I will switch it down, I guess. I'm gonna make some orchestral score at 100 BPM. I'm gonna start with like a chord progression with some strings. I'm gonna bring in some more electronic elements, and I'm gonna make like a score that hopefully will come out as like deep and emotional. The chord progression is fairly simple, but like this type of music is about really layering, is about like movement, it's about automation, and I will do my best to do that in about 20 minutes so you guys can hear the result. And of course, like every single episode of your live electronic music tutorials, guys, I'm gonna make a template with the project, the Logic Pro X project, and you can get it on our site, wemixdancemusic.com. And guys, we have over 6,000 templates from 500 producers and labels on our site, wemixdancemusic. We are the main marketplace where people buy and sell music project. Also, we have a lot of exclusive instrumental covers for people that perform. There's a lot of new thing on our site. Check it out, guys. It worked. The look or the listen if you want. There's over 12,000 products now. So let's get started. Enough for the pitch. After the pitch, guys, you know, this is what it is. But what I like the most is to make music with you guys. This is what it's all about. And as I am electronic music maker for 20 years, I started about 5 years ago now to make those more orchestral ambient score, and I do enjoy it a lot. It's a bit more challenging. So there's not so much composition as of yet, but then we're gonna, you know, kind of take this chord progression and use it in many different ways. So let's have a listen. So it is very dry, really, let's be honest. So this is the thing about Logic instrument that converts into maybe contact sound banks and stuff like that, is that it's dry. So when you have something that is dry, first thing that I do is I'm going to use a reverb. I'm going to put it at least in a room to have a bit more of a feel. I'm going to use my grandiose reverb, which is an exaggerated, immense room, but just have a listen. Also like to have, you can hear the reverb, the room is immense. It does the job to make things, to put things in the room. So then I'm also gonna add a delay just as another bus send. So I'm gonna do like a super simple, probably tape delay, basic, you know, preset, 100% wet output because it's a send. Just a little bit. So when the key are changing, it's a bit softer. That's it, guys. So now I have those strings, which I find interesting. If we wanted, I left this open here so we can browse. So I'm actually using the old version, the legacy Logic sound, because I have like the pizzicato, the tremolo, and the trills. So I can make something, you know, quickly, something really different. So let's say I'm gonna do a trill on top of it, really in the background, really in low volume. So I'm gonna lower the other one too. Maybe not. Not the violin section, but it's an ensemble I was looking for. Just to have an extra layer. So you have the violin and then you have a string ensemble. So you're the ensemble here. Together. Much more low end, much more depth. This one can get cut a little bit. So what we're gonna do is like build a little bit of an orchestra here. So continue again, use the same strings. I'm gonna cut the top and I'm just gonna get the basses to play the low end. So I'm gonna do a bass section. I think I will go down an octave, I'm not sure. Oh. I'm going to replicate what I have here. I already have some melodies coming into my head. Like I said, it's a mix of electronic and orchestral. You know? So this is what is really, I think, to me works the most. Some violins like this. with some different element, and I am tempted to take the bass melody here, replicate it, add it, and go into the other orchestral instrument here. I'm gonna go into brass, piano, string, guitar, orchestral, orchestral. Oh, I think I skipped one. And I'm gonna go into a fresh French horn. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna probably bring the octave a whole lot around there, so you really have the brass feel. So if I would put it higher, I do like both. So, you know, in this case, I would take both. Take one octave up and one octave down. So this one would give more like of a brassy feel. It's a bit more throaty, and this one has a nice clean top all together. If we wanted to, let's say, add some more orchestral parts into our track, which I think it's a good idea, I'm gonna go replicate the same MIDI here. I'm gonna replicate it here, and I'm gonna go back one. I'm gonna go to brass again. I'm gonna do a brass ensemble. I'm not sure if this one is good. I didn't use it in a while, but let's listen. It's acceptable, let's say. Let's put it in the mix. So I like it, however, I don't want it to be too present, so what I'm gonna do is gonna pan it really far to the side. So this goes 60, so let's put it half, about 31 here. This here. Pan hard right, okay. I'm gonna do the other one, which is a copy of this one. I'm gonna pan it hard left. So it has a very different stereo image, so I'm gonna switch them so they're in order. This is a very different stereo image. Is it link? Where's my link? I think I have to do that in the mixer, sorry guys. So drop the musical typing, do this, take those two. Revert for your new VCA. I thought I could link them just straight up. No? Okay, I can do a new VCA, it's gonna do a bit about the same. Just have a control over the volume. Let's put them in the mix. So they sit in a very different place in the mix. Like let's say you have an orchestra and you're trying to put the pieces in there. So they sit in a very nice place in comparison to the rest. So I like that. So this is, to me, this is the background, and I can hear already that a little bit of our, I didn't send it to bus. This bus one here is a bit, there's a bit of resonance that I can hear. There's an accumulation of frequency. Check on the EQ. See here around 400. This is a bit much, and the low end too. Again, I want the feel, I want the room, I want the air, but I do not want the low end because it's gonna make the mix very crowded and it's gonna get very difficult to mix. This sounds clean. Like I said, it's very simple, but this is a start. This is not our track, this is just a start. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the chords again, and now I'm gonna go into a pad to have really something in the low end that I can really feel. You know, we have the low end, we have like a nice acoustic kind of feel, but we do not have like a low pad, you know, like something that you could really feel. take the perfect pad and bring this up here. No, actually better. I'm gonna take the bass that we use here, bring it up here, make sure that the pad is neutral. This. Check the frequencies. I think I'm a bit low somehow, maybe. No. The vibe is there, but it's not really what I'm looking for. This is a bit better. This is the mix. Starting to get some sub in there is good. Now that we're bringing some electronic instrument, I'm gonna do a bit of the same with the chord here, but I will not use it as full chord. I'm just gonna do some hits in alchemy, that is. Actually, just the retro synth idea just came to my mind, just like this. So maybe some retro synth too. I'm gonna use only Logic plugins, of course, but there was some strings here, so maybe if I get them to shine. It's a bit busy in the mix, so it's hard to just add something. And I like those. This is a bit of like a nice little vibe to those. Tempted to drop a piano on there, you know. I'm not like such a super composer. I tend to come up with some decent melody that are quite inspiring, but I want to keep it simple, so I'm gonna take a grand piano. I'm gonna try to drop a piano melody on there, not using a keyboard as you see, just using musical typing. I'm gonna pull that here, track zoom here, and then musical typing. Then I'm going to use my channels. You're going to hear a big difference right away. It is quite busy, this orchestral ensemble we created here. This one. I did lower this one a little bit. Not sure why this was down, but barely hear my piano, so it's not a very good start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a few of those elements here so I can actually hear what I am doing. So I'm gonna drop the ensemble here. I'm not sure what happened, but I lost my reverbs all at once, so now if I click a button, something very simple like that I would arrange now. It's like I said, it's already very crowded, so there's definitely a lot of mixing to do, but the point now is to put it together. Whoa, this is not what I wanted at all. I just wanted to quantize this one here. So this is always the question, to be on the beat or to be off the beat is better. Do is I'm gonna mix a little bit so I'm actually able to do something, because right now I need to cut a lot. I'm gonna do a new mix down, like straight up from the start, because it's too busy. I'm much more of an engineer than a producer, and this is like a lot of content, so I'm gonna really just take it smoothly. Start with the low end here, the deeper emotion bass, the first. Leave a lot of room also after, but will I try to go an octave higher with this? Let's have a look. Because it's so low that it's... and then I don't really have, so it's the key also play with that, so... Okay, let's say that we want our hits to come to. So we're gonna put more, I think I will put more some of the electric instrument at the front, the orchestral in the back. There's always many different ways to mix a track or to make a track happen, so. Then I'm gonna go with the bass, the acoustic one that is. Oh yeah, it sounds great. Bit dramatic. I'm gonna name region by tracks. I'm gonna go with the horns in the back, very mellow. The lower horns. No wonder it was difficult to hear the piano. Everything was really, really loud. Another brass, a little bit more to the left for this one. I'm gonna bring the string ensemble, but really, really mellow, and I think I will probably cut the lows too around here. This takes a lot of room. It has a lot of energy. It has a lot of density. You can see it here. I mean, the chord frequency are taken, and that the key change, they also complete each other. So it's very busy. That with the reverb makes for a lot. Okay, slowly bring the other violins. Sound clean to me. Some brass. This is the right ones. Very little, like this, gently. The left ones. Now it sits properly, that's for sure. I think we have room, guys, now to put the piano on there. Let's see if it's gonna work. And what I play is not like some exquisite melodies, let's be honest, but it's just for the sake of putting it in there. So that was better. It's a bit sad when I get to the third key, like I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to feel. I'm feeling what the keys are saying one after each other. I would say. But it's acceptable, I would say. It's sad, but I think somehow the chord progressions is a bit tad, so that I think that does fit the program we had already. And to continue a little bit in the electronic realm, oh, I don't want to move this actually, so I'm gonna go into my instruments here, take the whole thing, and I want to add a pad, like a deep kind of something that will just make it just that much richer. So probably perfect pad, which I use a lot. Bowl in the mix. Without, with. I mean, orchestral elements are great, but it's hard to beat a good synthesizer, because synthesizer like literally synthesize the frequency from oscillators. So, and I'm thinking also what would be cool in there is to take these to remove the bottom part, yes, to remove the bottom part here and to do something that I've done in a lot of my track. By the way, guys, I do have some albums of this style of music out. I have a full album, it's called Explorers. You have to check it out. It's this, it would really inspired stuff. Like there's 9 tracks in there. You have to check it out, Micas Explorers, guys. Just check it out. Okay, now we're gonna go into retro synth. We're gonna drop like a simple ARP on top. Drop the volume. Then I'm gonna create myself a little bit of a sound from scratch here. No more MIDI, so I was looking for the sound, but if there's no MIDI, there's not going to be any sounds. So this is kind of it. So electronic, so I have 12 tracks, electronic, synths, pad, arpeggiator, piano. Let's say if we cut the piano. Could work too. Let's say I would like to try something a bit, something to make things different. So I'm gonna drop the piano. I'm gonna try to use a synth instead. So if I drop the piano and I take this piano here and I go back, oh, I cannot go back here. So it's weird. Usually I can go back. Oh, here. Drum kitted, studio horns and synthesizers. Here, I'm gonna go into Logic Synth, just whatever, just for the fun of it, blocked here. And then I'm gonna try to see if I can get something that will sound good in this. Wow, that's amazing. Just happened that the first one is exactly kind of what we needed. Okay, I take that. It's a super cool sound, this. Let's go into the other one just for fun. Neat. Not quite, no. No. Nah. No, this is amazing. What if we wanted to layer it with the piano? This is special. Alright guys, so this is another creation of your live electronic music tutorials, guys. I made another 245 episodes. You have to check some out. I mainly do electronic music, but sometimes I do this. I did about 20 of these. Some of them came out quite special, guys. Check it out. But the most important thing, as always, guys, may the sounds be with you.